Hi guys, so Mrs M here back for another recipe with you. Now, Halloween's all over, and what do you do with this luscious pumpkin that your kids have lovingly carved for you? Well, good job I'm here. I've got a lovely curried pumpkin soup for you, and I'm going to make some luscious bread rolls to go with it, because everybody likes a good dunk of a roll in their soup, don't they? And then, from all the insides, the yucky, horrible bits, I'm going to make some nice spicy, roasted, toasted pumpkin seeds. Right. Let's get started and show you the ingredients. Right guys, so here we go. Our ingredients, we've got 1.5 kilograms of peeled pumpkin. We've got 2 onions roughly chopped, 600 mils of double cream. We'll have 3 tablespoons of the curry powder. We've then got a pinch of salt and pepper. We'll have 1 clove of garlic which will be crushed, and we will have 1 litre of chicken stock. Right, let's get started. Right guys, so to make this one nice and simple for you, I'm going to do it as a slow cooker recipe. So, first thing we need to do is take the 2 onions, the 3 tablespoons of curry powder and the crushed garlic, and you just want to fry it off just so that the spices aren't too overpowering when you put it all into your slow cooker. So we'll just fry that one off. Now into your big crock pot for your slow cooker, you can put your pumpkin like so, and then you need to get your stock ready. So you get your stock cube, and you need 1 litre of boiling water in with your stock cube. So my kettle's just boiled. We will put 1 litre in. So once everything's in your slow cooker pot, you just want a pinch of salt, just a little bit, and a pinch of pepper. There you go. Give it a stir, and that is it. And then literally, you want to put this on your slow cooker, and you want to leave it on low for 4 to 6 hours. And that, apart from the finishing touches of your cream at the end, is your curried soup done. And while that's cooking, that gives you plenty of time to get on with your bread rolls. So let's do that next. Guys, so here are our ingredients for our bread rolls. We've got 250 grams of strong white bread flour. We've got this little packet here, which is just dried yeast, and it's a 7-gram packet. We've got 150 mils of warm water. We're going to be using a teaspoon both of the sugar and the salt, and the margarine is just to grease the baking tray. Okay, let's get started. Right, so the first thing we need to do is we're going to sift our flour into our bowl. So let's give that a go first. Whoop, there we go. Like so. And then after we've sifted the flour into the bowl, we're going to put our 1 teaspoon of salt in before we then put our yeast and sugar in. Now, some bakers will be very particular about how they put in their salt and their yeast. Apparently they have some sort of reaction, so they put them either sides of the bowl. So we'll give that a go, I think. So just sift all your flour until it's done. Nearly there. Do the remainder of it with a little spoon, just get it through a bit quicker. And there we go. Right, so now we're putting in our teaspoon of our salt. So get my magic spoons again. You know how much I love my magic spoons. So our 1 teaspoon of salt, that goes in. Then we're going to put in our yeast, which, like I said, I'm going to put at the separate side of the bowl. Just pour all that in. Go like so. Oh, just a little bit left. Make sure we've got it all out the packet. There we go. Right, and then we're going to put our teaspoon of sugar in. And there we go, teaspoon of sugar. Right. It says to give that a mix. Let's get our spoon. Give that a mix. It then says make a well in the centre. So, made a little well in the centre, and we're going to start to incorporate our water in. I would do this a little bit at a time. Don't plonk it all in at once. And then start mixing and incorporating it in, and then I'd add the rest of the water, like so. It's got to this point again, everybody. Rings are coming off, fingers are going in. Now, I'm going to be sensible today because I know I'm going to need my surface. So I'm going to get my flour and dust it first before I get my fingers all sticky. Let's give it a light dusting look. And there we go. Right, rings off. Let's get our fingers dirty. This is a lovely soft dough. There we go. Then what we want to do is we want to put it onto our floured surface, remove the bowl, and you want to give this a good knead. So remember what we said about kneading, it's pushing away and bringing back. Pushing away, bringing back. Right, now you need to knead this for about 10 minutes. Give it a really good knead on your floured surface. So, as not to bore you, I will continue kneading until we have done, and I'll join you again shortly. So, after 10 minutes of your kneading, you will be left with a lovely smooth soft dough such as this. Right, then what you need to do is you want to divide it into 4. It's going to make 4 nice soft bread rolls. So we'll go that way and then that way. Then what you want to do is a bit more flour on your surface. And you just want to form them into your roll shape. So just round them off a little bit. Roll them into a ball in your hand if you wish. That sort of shape, I would say, is good. Like that. And then you want to place them on your baking tray. Like so. Now, I've already greased my baking tray. I've used my butter to do that, but if you want to put them on greaseproof paper, that's absolutely fine. Right, so there we have it. our 4 roll shapes on our grease-free our baking tray. So what you want to do now is you want to get yourself a damp tea towel or cling film. Cling film works just as well, but I'm going to use a damp tea towel. And you want to cover them over and leave them in a warm, dry place. Just cover them over, warm, dry place for 30 minutes until they've doubled in size. Right, I'll check back with you shortly. Oh, another thing to mention, don't forget to preheat your oven. We need it at 200 degrees C this time, so get that set and ready to go. Okay, so while our rolls are just proving, we're going to move on to our lovely toasted spicy pumpkin seeds. Right, so what we've got is our bowl full of pumpkin seeds. We're going to have half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of paprika, and a little splash of oil. So we just take our seeds, which I'm going to be honest with you, you need to dry out. So I stuck mine in the airing cupboard with the towels just for a day or so, just to dry them out a bit. Right, so half a teaspoon of paprika. There we go. Half a teaspoon of salt. There we go. And then just a little bit of oil, just a splash, just like that, maybe a little bit more, just to combine them all together. And what we want to do is just get a spoon and give them a mix until all of them are coated. Very, very simple recipe, this one. But again, it's a recipe that's down to taste. Now to me, I would say that needs a tiny little bit more paprika myself. So I'm going to just put another 1/4 of a teaspoon of paprika in, just to give it that kick. But like I said, totally down to taste really. So there's another 1/4 of paprika. Again, give it a stir, make sure they're all covered. Then what you want to do is you want to line your baking tray with your greaseproof paper like so. Just like this. And then you want to evenly spread your pumpkin seeds onto the tray. So just spread them all out. Now for this recipe, you want to whack your oven up and preheat it to 220 degrees. Then you want to stick these in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. And you want to toss them, move them about a bit, probably halfway through that. So there we go. That's them all done. Don't they look good? Right, so we're going to stick those in the oven and get them going. Check back in with you later to show you the finished product. So guys, after 6 hours in the slow cooker, this is what your curried pumpkin will look like. So then all you need to do is give it a blend down to the consistency you're happy with. I like my soup quite thick. Then add in your 600 ml of cream. Once you've done that, put it back on low for another couple of hours and then you're ready to go. I shall upload the rest of how it looks later. Right guys, Mrs. M back here again with everything finished and completed. So this is our curried pumpkin soup once it's had all its time in the slow cooker and had its cream added. These are our lovely toasted roasted spicy seeds, and these are our fantastic bread rolls. So as you can see, I'm in my dressing gown. I'm going to go and sit down and have a nice munch and crunch on all of these. So I hope you like all the recipes. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you back here very, very soon. Bye for now.